you seeking for the glory? Say my name.
Hey guys, and welcome back. First of all, I want to thank all of you all for your comments and your prayers for my papa. I know there were so many of you that messaged me or commented and said you were praying for him, and he is doing so much better. He had sepsis and pneumonia, and he is doing so much better. He actually got to come home, and to be honest with you, one of my greatest fears was he wasn't going to be able to come back home. Like, it just worried me, but he is doing so much better, and he did get to come home on this day. So Heather and I wanted to give their house not really a deep clean, but just hit the areas that needed it the most. And the last time I cleaned, I noticed this fan was really bad and I didn't clean it. So I wanted to clean this fan first of all, and then dust everything below it and vacuum and stuff, of course. But their chain came off of their fan part, not the light part, but they pulled the fan and the chain came loose. So I'm going to have to take that apart and fix it. I did get up there and look, and I think you're going to have to take it apart because it came off like up in it, and I'm hoping that's fixable. But anyway, I cleaned their ceiling fan. Heather and my mom cleaned her refrigerator out, and then Heather cleaned the kitchen, just kind of wiped everything down and wiped their table down, things like that. I cleaned the bathroom. And I don't show too much of that just because this is a small space and it's hard to get angles. They built this onto the back of my parents' house. So they built a bedroom, a bathroom, and a closet, of course, and then a small living room with a little kitchenette in it. And it's perfect for them. But I just wanted to really not mess with anything. Like, I didn't want them to be looking for paperwork or some kind of medicine or something, because you sit things where you're going to remember where it is, and I just didn't want to really mess with anything or move anything around. So we, like I said, didn't do a whole lot, but we at least got everything wiped down, got their kitchen cleaned up, their refrigerator cleaned out, and I got their bathroom cleaned up. We did stay and wait on him to get here, and I took a picture because normally they have to pull up to the ramp, and it's all they can do to get him in the house from there. But he walked all the way from the driveway into the house, and I was so proud of him. He could not have done that when they took him, so he's definitely getting some strength back and doing a lot better, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful they got to come home and rest, because you know how it is at the hospital, especially my granny. She just was in a chair and didn't have a bed to sleep in or anything, so glad that they're home.
Scared of heights. I used to spend time with all my friends, but who's gonna like me if I'm not there? 'Cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of heights.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. 'Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live 'cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. 'Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try, but they can never take me down. Ooh, 'cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you.
It was very sweet of Heather to come out here and help me on this day. I told her when I was leaving, I said, you do not have to go. I know you've got things you need to do and, whatever, rest, whatever. But she said she wanted to come help and wanted to see them. She is seriously like family. She's like my sister in every way. My parents have adopted her. My grandparents have adopted her. Jim and Debbie, like nobody knows what they'd do without Heather. So when I used to say everybody needs a Heather in their life, they completely understand what I'm talking about. But they do love her, and she is the best friend I could ever have. She's always up for anything. But I just don't want people to think I take advantage of her, because I do not. She just said she wanted to come on this day with me, and I told her she did not have to. Do not feel obligated. But it was very sweet of her to want to come help.
'Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not
went to get their vacuum, I noticed that they have one just like the one that I bought for Lexi. It's a Shark, and I love this vacuum. It does a really good job, and it was probably half the price of my Dyson, but it is a really good option if you're looking for a cordless vacuum. It does really good, and I had forgotten really how good it was until I used theirs. But here is a picture of them getting home and unloading all their stuff, and he did so good. So we are back home at this point, and you all know my camera's been broken. I've told you guys that. I've been filming on my phone, and I absolutely hate it just because I get so many text messages and calls that I'm just like constantly interrupted. Then I have to take my phone off of the tripod. I just hate it. I've gotten so much more used to using a camera. When I go to airdrop my videos, if they're on the longer side, like if I have a 30-minute clip, it takes a while for my phone to airdrop to my laptop. Sometimes it's like instant. So I've got a brand new MacBook, like the most you can get, and my phone is brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's like the best you can get. So I don't really know why sometimes it takes longer than others, or if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But anyway, Alden said that one day when he had time and was off work, he would look at my camera. So he is here at the table looking at my camera, and he's looking at it like, what the heck did you do to it? Like, which part of this broken, raggedy thing needs replaced? So I have dropped that camera so many times. I knocked it over when we were in the pool one day. The wind knocked it over, actually, and when it hit the ground, it bent the frame to like my screen. So I can flip it up and I can flip it back down, but I can't flip it down to close it all the way. So that was the first drop. After that, it's been spray painted. It's been knocked over, I bet you, 20 times. And it's still a good camera and it still works. So I just want the part and want it. And I was trying to explain to him, like, I don't need the frame with the screen. My screen's not broken. I just need to put my screen on a new frame. The frame's broken. The frame's bent. I just need this part. So anyway, he's looking at that. He did get something ordered, so I'm waiting on that. That should be here just in a couple of days. And then he said that he had all the tools to take that off and to put it back on, like the little screwdrivers and things like that. So he's gonna do that for me when it gets here, or I can do it myself. I mean, I don't care either way. I just wanted him to look at it. He's pretty good at things like that. But I was cooking supper on this night. I had a pack of chicken I pulled from the freezer, and I needed to fix it. I couldn't really freeze it back or anything. So it was like 4 pieces. I sliced them like long ways so they were thin. Kennedy was here, and then Alden was eating with us. So we did eat a lot of it, but it also made food for the next day. I think Alden took some with him. Heather had lunch for the next day, and yeah, so I think I ate. I think actually there may even be some still left in the fridge, but it's like I cook once, eat 3 or 4 times kind of thing. And then I just boiled some potatoes, and to get them soft, and then I put them in a casserole dish. I salted them, of course. I put butter on them, sour cream, cheese. I put some ranch seasoning, and they were so good. So I was gonna make some no-bake cookies. I haven't made those probably, I don't know, maybe I've made them since Christmas. I think Heather actually asked for them since then, but I had this stuff to make them, and we were kind of wanting something sweet, so we made those, and they turned out a little bit dry. I'm not real sure why, because I've really never messed that recipe up. It's so easy. But anyway, I was making some cookies and some chicken, potatoes, and then we had some broccoli and rolls on this night.
But I was never your ball. A part of me was always trying to believe you were the only air to breathe. I stood against the wind. You hurt me, I found love again.
Feel like I was falling through the air. No one but myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of where we have been. With your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body
We make this chicken weekly, like it's a staple. So what we do is we marinate it in Italian dressing, and that is after I cut every tiny little spot of fat or anything off this chicken. Like, this is just chicken. There is nothing else left on it after I trim it up. But we marinate it in Italian. When it's almost done, I, of course, salt it, but I drizzle honey on it just because it kind of caramelizes. It gives it a tiny bit of a sweet flavor. If you've ever had chicken tenders at Cracker Barrel, it's like their copycat recipe, but I love it. So jumping into this part, this is just footage I had, and I actually think this is like a day or two before what you just seen. I'm not real sure like how I got it out of order or whatever, but it is what it is. I mean, it's like, this is just what I do. I stay in this kitchen, I load the dishwasher, I unload the dishwasher, I clean the kitchen. I feel like I do this like 3 times a day, and I know that I don't, but I do this at least twice a day probably. Like, we always have some dirty dishes in this kitchen. So Allison has took it up on herself to pick the kitchen up every night. You guys know I go to kitchen. Oh my word. You guys know I go to bed every night with a dirty kitchen. So Allison will unload the dishwasher for me. She will rake out all the dishes and put them in the sink. So all I have to do is get up and throw the dishes in the dishwasher from the sink, and the counters are clean and wiped down. And I love that. It helps me out so much. I don't mind loading a dishwasher. I don't. I hate unloading it. It's the same with laundry. I don't mind getting it started and putting it in the dryer. I just hate getting it out and putting it away. So my thing is, I don't mind loading it. I just don't like unloading it. And she's the opposite. She was like, I don't care to unload it. I hate loading it. I was like, well, perfect. We'll just, tag team it and get it done.
I think I've blown it. I kinda know it. I'd say it's obvious you're fed up somehow. Been hesitating, pulling away when all that you're trying to do is ease my mind. Ooh, serves me right for being way up in my head and never let you inside. Ooh, my life, I wanna try to make it better, but I don't know how. 'Cause now I'm thinking, oh my, what if you just let go of me? 'Cause I don't know if you want it or not. Thinking, oh my, what if you just let go of me? 'Cause I don't know if I'm what you want.
I have not felt the best over the last week. Actually, on this day, I had just gotten home from the grocery store and the pharmacy picking some medicine up, and then I came home, I put my pajama pants back on, and then I tackled this kitchen. So I love this grill. It's awesome, and I think there's been several of you buy one after you've seen me use it. I just hated cleaning it up. And now that I've got the one big open sink, it is so much easier because I can just set the whole thing down in the sink and wash it, and water doesn't go everywhere. Because before, I had the divider in between my sink, so I just had to lay it on top of my sink, and I would end up making such a mess. Water would be on the floor, down the front of my cabinets, all that. So it is so much easier, but it's still like, oh, I gotta clean that. So anyway, I tackled that, got it done, I got it cleaned up, and I took it back to the garage. I keep this in the garage on a shelf because I don't have a spot for it in the kitchen. I wish I did, because when I pull it from the garage, I have to wash it before I use it because you don't know what's been on it and there's dust on it and all that. But I wish I had a cabinet big enough that I could just put it in there, but I do not, so we keep it in the garage. But I do love this grill, especially for like bacon and eggs, like if we're cooking breakfast. And actually, I think some of the mess you seen in the clip before was a breakfast mess, because I had fixed breakfast for supper and Lexi and Hunter had eaten here, and I just had a mess. It makes the biggest mess. And I'm not a breakfast fan. I could live the rest of my life without eating any kind of breakfast food, period. But my family loves breakfast. So I had made bacon on this night and eggs and, just a little bit of everything. Pancakes, all that. And that was the mess you seen me cleaning up before. But this is actually the day after I had fixed the chicken. So I was cleaning that grill up, getting the sink cleaned up, and I actually was using my camera on this day, and I have it taped together. It just is what it is. I had it taped together, and yeah, so I'm trying to like not let it fall, like my screen fall off, but you know, it's connected by like a little cable to my camera, so I'm trying to be careful with it. But yeah, I was just so over using my phone, and that's one of the reasons I got a new phone, and the camera is awesome on it. It's like 4K. I love it. It does such a good job, but it's just not easy to use. So Allison had asked me if I would help her clean her room, and I told her I would. Of course, I'll always help you. But I had went to my granny and papa's the night before and cleaned their house. When I got home, I was tired, and she was like, "Are you gonna help me clean my room?" And it was like 9:30, and I was like, "I'll help you tomorrow when you get home from school." And she was like, "Okay." So this was like 2:30 probably, and Alden was picking her up on this day, and he was going to bring her to me, and she had volleyball. So I was like, I'm just going to jump in and clean it while I'm up and in a cleaning mood and feeling halfway decent. I'm just going to clean it for her. So that's what I did. You'll see her come home. She's so grateful and thankful. I do not do this all the time. As you can see, if I did this all the time, it would not look like this. But she's very into nails, makeup, skincare, all that. You see the little fake hand over there. And yeah, it's kind of creepy, but she'll do nails on it and then take those nails off and glue them on her nails. So it's just kind of like helps her design the nails or whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to pick some things up, and then I vacuum. I make her bed. That's pretty much all I do in here. It wasn't terrible. It's just tiny bedrooms. Our bedrooms are so small that the least little thing can make it look so trashed up. Like if this bedroom was huge, what she had out wouldn't look bad. But it's because it's so small, it makes it look so messy so quick. But it is what it is. And right now, we've just got small bedrooms, and I'm just thankful we have a roof over our head.
It's like we don't know how to talk without the flames getting higher. You hear when I me, yeah, nothing else in between, yeah. Try to connect without making a scene, but we don't listen when we talk.
I know a lot of you have noticed that I've not been posting as much, and a lot of you have sent me messages and asked if everything's okay, and everything's fine. Some of it is due to the camera issue, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I have zero motivation. I don't have any motivation at all. Like, to even think that I have to like run to the doctor or take Allison to her orthodontist appointment or just to get up and film or do anything seems so overwhelming to me, and I don't know why. I don't really know what's going on with me. So I've been reading up on some things, and I've been reading into my devotional and diving into that and just trying to figure it out. I think a lot of it is the season that I'm in, as far as maybe my age. I'm not sure, but I think a lot of it is that it's cold and it's, you know, you can't get out of the house and do anything. And in the summer when I'm outside doing things in the garden or pool or whatever, I feel so much better. And, you know, it just gets you up and gets you active. But like, I've never been like this. I've never been so unmotivated. But at the end of the day, you just have to do it. I have to do it for my kids. Like, what other choice do I have but to get up and cook supper? What other choice do I have but to get up and wash their clothes and to make sure that they're taken care of? It's just what you've got to do. And I'm the first one to tell everybody else, if Reagan calls me telling me her problems, I'm like, it's going to be okay. Like, it's fine. You're doing great. You just got to do it. I was talking to my mom this morning. She said her heat and air had been tore up and they had to pay to get that fixed. And I was like, yeah, but it could have been worse. And thank you. You made those?
Mm-hmm. From scratch.
They're really good. You know, I just always have the most encouraging advice to give everyone else. when I need to listen to that myself. Because I'm the first one to be like, of course it couldn't be easy. Or, of course it's going to happen to me. Or I can look at every single thing and find all the negative in it when it's mindset. And there's been so many times I've had to just stop and correct myself. And I do think we can all go there. I think we can all go to that negative place in our minds where it's poor me mentality kind of. And I know that I don't have it bad. I'm not saying that. But I think somebody that has the world, has it all, can have days like that. I know that there are people that are a lot worse off than I am. I know that there's people that have sickness and give everything they've got just for their kids to be healthy or for them to be healthy or whatever. I'm healthy and I've got so many blessings that I can count. And that's what it's all about. That's where I go to find motivation. Not wanting to get up and not wanting to run my dishwasher or not wanting to wash clothes, not wanting to go to the grocery store, thinking about rescheduling that doctor appointment because I don't want to get out of the house today. What other choice do I have? I'll be the first one to tell somebody, suck it up and do it. You're a big girl. This is real life. Suck it up and do it. And we're going to get it done. Somebody's got to do it. Who else is going to do it? I need to turn around sometimes and I need to tell myself that. So where do I get my motivation from? Looking at my blessings. I could be in the shape that I didn't have a house to clean. I could be in a shape that I didn't have transportation to get to the doctor. I could be in the shape that I couldn't use my legs to get up and walk and unload my dishwasher. You just have to put it all into perspective. You really do. It's mindset. And I'm not saying it's easy. And I have days that I do absolutely the bare minimum. So if you're struggling with motivation, if you're struggling with a little bit of depression, anxiety, but if you're struggling, you're not alone. Know that you're not alone.
Here in the waiting, wandering and fading, I know there is something more than this. I think I am ready for doing some changing. Oh God, there is something more than this. You can have all the world. I wanna be a shining light, live a life that shows through the darkness, a fire burning in the night, be a hope for the world so broken, be a friend to the lonely, the joy that he showed me, make the broken things new. Yeah, the only hope for you and I wanna have the heart of Jesus. Yeah, I wanna have the heart of Jesus. Keep my windows open, I hear the cries of the broken. I know they were made for more than this.
I wanted to show you guys a little glimpse of what the pool looks like now. I vacuumed it, you all seen that, and then I threw some chemicals to it and it's ran for a couple of days and it's looking a whole lot better. And look at Willard, the willow tree. It is blooming. Well, the leaves are coming out. I don't know if it's called blooming, but it looks so good and it is getting so big and so tall. Then I wanted to show you guys my cross stitch too. I've been working on that. So I put Hunter and Lakely. I added Lexi to it and then I just kind of made it a little bit wider to include her. So that's going to turn out super cute, I think. But I wanted to show you guys Lakely walking too. So she's walking all over the place into everything. So very, very blessed. But I hope you guys find your motivation. I hope this helps you just to know you're not alone if you're feeling unmotivated. But I love you. Jesus loves you. And I will see you guys really soon.
You can